Hello guys, in this part of our lesson we are going to learn how to compare lengths. When we say length is about which one is longer, which one is shorter, or how long or how short something is. So if you will see, I have the lesson written down on my left side. But before you continue watching this video, I've already uploaded some videos on Class Dojo. I want you to watch those first before you move on to this one. Clear? So if you are okay with that, then we can go ahead and watch it. Watch this one, but if you are not yet done, I want you to stop this video and move back. Are we clear with this? Alright, so let's move on, and I'm going to move my face on that side. Goal. Our goal today is to learn how to compare lengths using the words short, shorter, shortest, long, longer, and longest. We hope that before we end this session or lesson, you will be able to really master the usage of shorter and longer, shortest, longest. Though most of you know this already, so it's not gonna be a big problem with us, I'm sure. So short, shorter, shortest. Short, it is an adjective. Example is Ben is short. So the adjective is short. It's talking about Ben, which is the proper noun. Shorter, you use this to compare. You want to say that someone is more short than the other. Example is Nina is shorter than Bam. So you're saying that Nina is more short than Bam. So you're comparing Nina and Bam. So that's what we mean by shorter. Shortest, however, is you use this to say that this thing or person is the most short of all. Example, Coco is the shortest in the group. So meaning you are using as the most short. No one is shorter than this person because he or she is more short. Nothing is more short than this because this pencil is the most short or the shortest of all the pencils I have in my bag. That's what we meant by that. Now, on long, longer, and longest, long, it is just an adjective. Example is Ben has long neck. Longer is you use this to compare. You want to say that someone is more long than the other. Example is Nina has longer neck than Bam. We should put neck there, okay? Nina has longer neck than Bam. So you're comparing the neck of Nina and Bam. Longest. You use this to say that this thing or that person is the most long of all. Example is Coco has the longest neck in the group. So that's the use of short, shorter, shortest, long, longer, and longest. Now this was the worksheet that I have given you, so we're going to answer it all over again, but some of you were able to perfect this, but I want to give you a clearer answer next time so that you'll be able to answer with clarity and precision, especially on the question, how did you know? Explain your answer. Okay, so let me show it to you here. So here, use the words longer and shorter to compare the objects below. The pencil is thinner than the key. Longer or shorter? My answer here is the pencil is longer than the key. There should be a full stop there. I was not able to put one. Alright, so here on this worksheet, I have my answers here. So use the words longer and shorter to compare the objects below. The pencil is thinner than the key. My answer here is the pencil is longer than the key. Here, the key is thinner than the pencil. My answer is the key is shorter than the pencil. Number 3, the pencil is thinner than the ruler. The pencil is shorter than the ruler. Look at this. The pencil is shorter than this, right? And the ruler is, certainly you know that longer than the pencil. If you will see, we are comparing when we say longer or shorter. We're comparing mostly two than the pencil. Now let's go to the question in A. Which pencil is the longest? If you will see, it's so clear, you can see. So our answer is the first pencil is the longest. B. How did you know? Explain your answer. How did you know? Explain your answer. Most of you or some of you answered this answer, which is good. Okay. Some of you gave me a good answer and I like it. But I'm going to make it a lot better, wherein it's going to be more precise. When we say precise, it's exact. And it's clearer to see by just looking at this. Okay. And I'll show you the answer. So if you will see, I know that the first pencil is the longest. Wait. Because I can see that it is longer than the second and last pencils. If you will see, that is a very good answer. I know that the first pencil is the longest because it's longer than the second and the third pencil or the last pencil. And that is so correct. That's so true. You know that this is the longest because it's longer than this too. But it's not so much precise. If you want to be more precise, you can do it like this. I know because I used paper clips to measure. The first pencil measured 6 paper clips. The second pencil was 4 paper clips, and the last pencil was 2 paper clips. So this is communicating with clarity and precision. What do you mean paper clips? So what he's saying is that the student used the paper clips. So let's say this, he put 1, 2, 3 paper clips to measure the length of his or her finger, and then he put another paper clips here, and then he said, oh, I have 3.5 paper clips, so I think this is longer because I used 3.5 paper clips to measure this middle finger, but for this one I just used 3 paper clips. So that is communicating with clarity. So you can say that I know that it's longer because I used a ruler, and when I measured the ruler, the first pencil, let me measure it, okay? The first pencil is 6, here, I hope you can see it, 6 centimeters. Here it's 6. The first pencil is 6 centimeters, and then the second pencil is 4 centimeters, and the third pencil is 2 centimeters. How do I know it's cm? Because look, there's a cm here. It says cm on this side. Okay, it says centimeters on that side. So you can use ruler as well to be exact, because that is communicating. You are talking with using math. It's easier when you talk using numbers. I know because it's 5 steps. I know because the ruler shows it that this is 6 centimeters while the other one is just 3 centimeters. So I know that it's longer. So that is another example for us to explain how or communicate with clarity and precision. Are we cool with that? Okay. And on the last part, there's a question on the last part. Here. The last says, it is important that I know how to measure length so that. Why do you think that it's important to measure length? You don't need to tell me. I just want you to think about this again. What will happen to you if you don't know how to measure length and you went to buy pants or shirts and you don't really know how to measure length? Do you think you'll get the right size for you? I don't think so. So it is important for you to know how to measure length so that you will know the sizes of the shoes as well, or maybe so that you will know your height, right? So it's very important for you. That's why we are learning this. And another reason why I'm teaching you this, because in your quiz you will be comparing things. I've shown this to you during our Zoom, just like this one. Which is the longest sock? Sock A, sock B, sock C. Which is the shortest sock? Complete the sentence below. Sock A, B, or C is longer than sock C. This is gonna be your quiz, okay? So you need to be able to compare using long longer, short, shorter, or shortest for you to be able to answer this. Remember, this is 10 points, okay? So that is the reason why I'm teaching you this one. Now let's move on to your worksheet. Okay, so in this worksheet of yours, you will need to use ruler. Not really need, but it's gonna be better if you're going to use ruler so that it will be easier for you to communicate. Again, we're using the HOM, communicating with clarity and precision, and one way for us to communicate clearly is when we use numbers. It's easier really when we communicate using numbers, when we reason out using numbers. So you can use the ruler because you will see the numbers. Okay, but you can use other ways as well. You can still think flexibly, like the one that I showed you, like paper clips. Other used paper clips, or maybe candies. I don't know about you. You can. So I put here, use ruler in this activity. Strive for accuracy, or strive for perfection. So let's go to our worksheet. It's kind of a bit slow. So you've seen this. Teacher Munirat showed you this. So circle the shorter object. You can print this out or you can make a drawing on which one is shorter among these objects. That should be easier. This time, this is the one that I was saying a while back, why you need to use a ruler. The ribbon is longer than the yarn. The yarn is longer than the string. The yarn and the pencil are the same length. So draw the lengths of the objects next to the labels. Ribbon. The ribbon is longer than the yarn here. So you need to make line of the ribbon and then a yarn. So you will make a ribbon which is longer than the yarn. You know what it means? So you're going to draw a ribbon which is long, which is longer than the yarn. Now, the yarn is longer than the string. The yarn should be longer than the string. And the yarn and the pencil are the same size. The yarn and the pencil are of the same size. So the yarn, then the pencil, the same size. Ribbon is longer than the yarn. The yarn is longer than the string. Clear? What is yarn? Yarn is just like a string as well. So you can just make a line there, okay? Now let's move on to the next. The red line is shorter than the blue line. The blue line is longer than the orange line, and the red line and the yellow line are the same size. So the red line is shorter than the blue line. Red line is shorter than the blue line. The blue line is longer than the orange line. This blue line is longer than the orange line. And the red line and the yellow line are the same length. The same length. Red line and yellow line, the same length. Clear? So that's going to be your activity on this worksheet. I hope that you'll be able to strive for accuracy in answering this one. Again, if you have some questions, just message me on Class Dojo, or you can note them down and I'll see you on our Zoom session. Okay? Alright, so see you. Bye-bye.